G'day everyone, welcome to episode 0, the introduction of 40something Fit Dad. I'm your host Aaron Ross, and finally I'm getting something out there. I've had this in the wings, or whatever it is. I've had this for nearly a year. I've had this thought that I really want to do a podcast based on being a dad and reaching out to other fathers and speaking to them. And yeah, this is a year in the making, but I haven't. It's not like I've been feverishly doing research and all that sort of stuff. I have done nothing. I've just done absolutely nothing. I've always been thinking about it, but haven't put any action into it. And that's probably something, a really good discussion point is fear. It's fear of failing or fear of success. But I'm doing it. I'm putting it out there, and whatever happens, happens. If you don't do it, you'll never know. So an introduction, I've got notes here. So I'm not going to be smooth and professional. It's just going to be me talking. So the only way to get better is to keep on doing it. So I'm Aaron Ross. I'm 43 years old. Been in Australia pretty much all my life. Married with 3 kids. My son's 16, and my 2 daughters are 14 and 10. I live in Melbourne in Australia, so I think it's week 4 of the 6-week lockdown in the pandemic. So that's been fun. It's actually been it's interesting. It's been interesting. You sort of really have to. You're sort of finding. I don't know. I'm just finding it interesting about finding out who you are and how you cope with certain things. And but the masks, and I'm lucky. I'm in the construction business, so construction industry. So we're still working. So there are a lot of people out there, out of work and out of businesses and things like that, and that really sucks. But it's a once in a lifetime sort of thing, really. But that's pretty much it. As I said, I was born in New Zealand. My mum's from the Cook Islands. She still lives there. I've been there a few times. Been to New Zealand a few times, but really call Melbourne home. Hobbies. Like I said, this has been a year in the making. So 40-something Fit Dad. A year ago, I was a fit dad, but 12 months, I've just had some injuries and the excuses, and not so fit dad. I should really change it, but that's something I probably should change soon. I think physical fitness, I think mental fitness is just as important, especially these days, than just your physical fitness. But I was huge into CrossFit. Really enjoy it. It's probably the fittest I've ever been. If I go back a year ago, now it's probably the most unfittest I've been in 5 years. But it is what it is. Also did coach footy. I used to coach footy. The season's over due to the pandemic. There was no season for any football for junior sports, which really sucked. It's my son's final year of footy, and I was going to help out assistant coaching. I was really looking forward to it because a lot of the group I've coached through since under 9s Auskick, so under 9s all the way through. So it would have been a really good final sort of hurrah. But we'll look forward to next year. Will there be under 18s, under 19s, and go from there? If there is a season next year, but we'll just go with that. What else? I love sport. I really love the NBA. Really love UFC, and Australian football, Aussie rules. Just love sport. UFC is probably the newest thing that I've got into since sort of listening to Joe Rogan and sort of getting real appreciation of their sort of hard work and dedication, and then just being in that cage one on one, it's crazy. It's a real, it's an amazing sport with yeah. Um, that's it. I've also got a puppy, Manaya. She's 7 months. She's 8 months now. She's purebred German Shepherd, and I'm not a dog person. And my wife thought it'd be a good idea. Yes, let's get a puppy, just to get through this pandemic. You know, and a German Shepherd is it's like having an Olympic athlete, just always on, just full of energy, fit, and it's tough, but it's really good. Training her and everything like that. Good fun. My why. Why am I doing this? Probably probably for myself, really. I really want to open up. I think through my football coaching, and there's always been that. I've always had a community sort of feel about things, and I just thought, being a dad, I've started to go through some stuff, just with both my, just with my kids, just going through some challenges, and I think, we hide away from these challenges. Not hide away, but, things are bad. We sort of try and keep it in-house and try and work it out ourselves. I think it might be a male thing. But, I just wanted to start a conversation, just start a community within dads, I've got, within the footy club, within work, within just my friends. I do enjoy, having a chat to those dads, just how's it all going, and just how's the family going and everything like that. And I just really want to sort of open up. And I think as males, we don't open up as much as we should. We should, this job that we've got as being a father is something that is unique. We don't really have, like female, women have got a real maternal instinct, which sort of kicks in. Where dads are a little bit different. But that's why I just wanted to start conversations, either through podcasts or anything, a Facebook sort of community, just to open up and talk and know that there's someone there that'll listen, someone who's already gone through the problems that you may be encountering. And you can start a discussion there, and you don't have to internalize things. You can sort of get it out there and discuss your problems and go from there. And that was my vision. That was my vision to start that community. But I think due to my problems that I have with executing, following through with things. That's something I'll definitely love to discuss in the future as well. I definitely have a hell of a lot of problems or things that I sort of carry, and I want to share it with with everyone, I guess. How am I going to do this? How am I going to build this? I am just going to put it out there. Put episodes out there. Weekly episodes. I'll start with every week, because it's taken me a year to get episode 0 out. So I don't want to, say I'm going to do 5 episodes a week and it's going to be nuts. But I just want to, probably just a week, just by myself first, just to get my head around what the hell I'm doing. I'll try out for some discussion points, some topics, and just go from there. And I won't mind starting to interview other dads as well. I've got some really good friends, and that are fantastic fathers, and I just want to sort of take a bit of a deep dive in how do you do it? How do you handle certain situations? Any advice that you can give to other dads, other parents out there? And yeah, what problems are you going through at the moment? And yeah, I don't know, anything, just a conversation. But I don't just want it to be about being a dad. We're also men as well, and I want to sort, what your hobbies are, what you like to get up to, what's your favorite beer, what's your favorite pastime, any stories you got before fatherhood, just anything, keeping it nice and relaxed, and just a natural sort of conversation. So that's pretty much my goal as well, is just to interview fathers from all sorts of walks of life, not just my mates, but reach out to others out there. Of different cultures, different ages as well. I've got people I've got friends who are grandfathers now. And I've got uncles as well, and I've got a community around me that can be a great resource for everybody, I think. So that's why I want to put it out there, and the goal is to start really branching out. My end goal, I know this is just me, I'm a bit of a dreamer, is to interview The Rock. I've always been a huge Dwayne Johnson fan, but he's a dad, and he's an amazing sort of role model for Polynesians, Polynesian men. He's just men in general. He goes for it, and but he's a dad also. He's been divorced, and he's remarried, and he's got a relationship with his ex-wife, and they've got businesses together. And how does that work? And with his new wife, and how does the dynamic work? And how do you find time and balance to your work life, work home, work balance? But that's just like with anyone. I don't want to ask this to The Rock. I want to ask this to my next door neighbour, the guys at the footy club, my best mates. How do you find that balance? Because that's the trick. That's the key, is to find the work-life balance. How do you do it? And with that time that you got, what do you do? What's the best time to connect with your family, your wife, your friends, and yourself? Connecting with self is, just as important. If you're not right if things aren't ticking in between the years, then what are we doing it for? So we got to look after ourselves. How do you look after yourself? Not just physically, but mentally as well. But yeah, I could be rambling on a bit. So my audience, it can be anyone. I'm opening up to anyone. I don't really but I'm 40 something, 43, but I've got friends in their 20s up to the 60s, so anywhere in between. If they're parents, if they're not, if they're married, if they're single, whoever, I just want to start something, start a conversation, and then go from there. So that's it. I'm going to set it up. I don't know how I'm going to set it up. I've had a Instagram and Facebook page for that whole year, where I did my home renovations. I've been living in my father-in-law's garage for that 12 months. So I've got a bit of content to put in there. But yeah, this is it. This is what I'm going to be doing from here on in. During this pandemic, it's probably a good time to start. If that's the way I look at it, is if I don't come out of this pandemic a better person, I've had a lot of time and less distractions on my hand, then what am I doing? So that's it. That's episode 0. If there's any, if I've got any comments, I'm going to chuck this straight on YouTube. I'm going to do a bit of editing, so I'm going to go through what the hell I'm doing, because I look on YouTube on how to start a podcast and things like that. But I went out and bought all this expensive equipment, but I could have just done it on my phone. I should have just done it on my phone and just get it out there. Doesn't have to sound perfect, but just get it out there and just start get that snowball effect going. But thanks so much. Episode 1 Should be coming out soon. I'll be dropping it probably every Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. That's the prime time to get in there. So share it. It's only a share. I'm going to chuck it on YouTube. Subscribe, all that sort of good stuff, and let's get it going. But I'm Aaron Ross, and I'll see you soon. Peace.